Hi, everyone. Welcome to Wednesday Weekly Check In Chat. It is July the 17th, and it is 1 p.m. Eastern Time. How is everybody doing today? I hope everyone is doing well on this beautiful day. Here in South Georgia, we got sunshine, clear blue skies, white puffy clouds, almost like the, you know, sky of pictures or movies. Very, very beautiful today. I'm going to get started here in just a minute, getting my phone up so I can see chat. Hello, Yoda. Welcome. Yoda is we're going to say, better half. He is my other half. um, been a lot of help to me while I've been recovering with this surgery. And you never really know how much somebody cares for you until you go through something like this, a surgery, a loss, a move, a change of job, something like that. Something that's kind of stressful in your life. You never really know how the other person's going to react, how they're going to, so to speak, what their bedside manner will be, whether or not it will be a comfort to you or it will be annoyance to you. Thank the good Lord. He knew what he was doing putting us together, because Yoda was definitely a comfort to me during this surgery and my recovery. It's nice to know someone too that's been through the process, even though his journey and my journey are totally different, because each person's journey is, 100% unique. But he knows what it was like for his surgery and his recovery. And even though we don't compare and say, oh, well, mine was better than yours or yours was worse than mine or anything like that, it's just comforting to know that he's been there and gone through it himself. So today I had a doctor's appointment. That's why the live was at 1 o'clock instead of 12 o'clock. I actually messed up, made a mistake. Yes, I had the paperwork from my discharge and it clearly said July 16th. But for some reason, I was thinking July 16th was Wednesday, not Tuesday. So even when they called me on the phone, they do the little reminder phone message. I said, yes, I'll be there on the 16th, which in my mind was Wednesday. So yesterday, I'm sitting here at the computer doing some work, and I looked down and I realized I had missed a call from the doctor's office. And I thought, well, it's obviously the reminder saying, your appointment's tomorrow. So I called him back and, I said, yeah, I have an appointment tomorrow. And, it's probably just a reminder call or whatever. And they said, oh, well, no, actually, we already had called you twice today. And we were trying to get a hold of you because you had your appointment today at 8:45. And this is like 10 o'clock in the morning. And I said, oh, no, my appointment is for the 16th, which is tomorrow. And the lady was like, no, today is the 16th. Hello, Alfonso. Welcome from Colorado. Anyway, I pulled out the discharge paperwork and I looked at it, and sure enough, it says July 16th, and July 16th was yesterday. So they couldn't get me in yesterday afternoon, and they couldn't get me in today to see the surgeon, but I could see his nurse practitioner who I had seen before as well. So I thought that would be fine. My only concern was, could I get my staples out? And they said yes, they would take care of that too. So we went this morning. The nurse took out the staples, put some adhesive and then steri strips on them. And I've been smelling this smell and I couldn't figure out what it was. It's the adhesive smell I can smell. Yeah. So I now have glued on steri strips over my incisions instead of the metal staples. So that's an improvement. So anyway, I got on the scale and I'm proud to say I am no longer in the 300s. I am no longer in the 290s. And I am halfway through the 280s. I am at 284 pounds as of this morning. Now, when I started this whole process, my very first visit for information to get the ball rolling, I was at 315. So from 315 to 284, 31 pounds. So I am very pleased with 31 pounds. Hello, Tina. How are you? Life in the Piedmont Homestead. Welcome in. So that's amazing to me that I'm already dropping weight like that. Now, I'm not eating hardly anything, you know. The first few days, it was straight clear liquids. Then after the third day, I was able to do full liquids, which meant I could eat yogurt and cottage cheese along with all the clear liquids. Well, today she released me to have not only creamed strained soup, but also a soft scrambled egg. And I can do the soft scrambled egg with cottage cheese in the scramble and or put shredded cheese on top of the egg. So either way, I will be able to eat something, food, not just liquids. So actually, after my appointment, Dave and I did some shopping around town there, and then we went to Waffle House. And instead of ordering two breakfasts, we ordered one breakfast, and you get two eggs with that one breakfast. So we had them soft scramble the eggs, and then I was able to take about one egg onto a separate plate and eat that. Now, I cut that egg into tiny, tiny little pieces. And I probably had about 10 bites of the egg. And no pain, no problem going down, nothing like that. But I felt like I needed to stop, like I had eaten enough. And so I brought the rest home. I can probably eat 2 more meals off of that one scrambled egg, but that's okay. The can of cream soup that I made, which I started myself on that last night. Hopefully that they would let me have it today, but they did. So she said it was fine. But anyway, 1 can of soup, by the time I mixed in my unsweet almond milk, and then I mixed in the Isopure flavorless protein powder, mix that all in, cook the soup. It was cream of mushroom. And then I had to strain out the bits of mushrooms because I can't let anything get along that part of my stomach where they cut on. Anyway, and drain that off. And then I was able to sip on the soup. And I had probably about a third of a coffee cup of soup. So I probably have, I don't know, 4 or 5 servings of soup like that left in the fridge as well. So right now, everything is going to go a lot further when it comes to food. Alfonso said, I used to weigh in at 225 back in 2018. Now I'm at 149 since I've been doing a lot of walking and hitting the trails. Good for you, Alfonso. Great. That's all it's about, is realizing you need to be healthy and eat good, healthy food and exercise. Just move your body. That's all you have to do. There's no right way or wrong way. You don't have to lift weights. You don't have to go to the gym. You don't have to run. You don't have to jog. You can just walk and hike and enjoy nature. And you can also swim. That's one of my favorite forms of exercise is swimming. So anyway, I've lost my train of thought now where I was at. Does anybody have a birthday, an anniversary, a job promotion, hit a subscriber goal, um, anything like that they would like to celebrate? I love to do shout outs and I love to celebrate when people are doing well on their channels and in life in general. I watched your marinade video, Tina, and I've never done a marinade before. So it was very interesting. And that's one thing I will be trying to incorporate and figure out how I can do that because I will be eating a lot of chicken and a lot of shrimp and things like that that tend to take well to marinades. So that will be very helpful coming up. I'll be learning how to cook the healthy way. I've always wanted to learn how to cook and be a good cook and, be a cook where people would eat my food and be happy and all of that. Uh-oh. We have a visit. We have a visitor.
I got something I want to celebrate.
Okay. Here he is, the one and only Yoda. Gonna have to get
I want to celebrate my new melons that are grown in the state of Georgia. Support Georgia grown.
That's right.
2 for $5.
2 for $5. Look how massive these are. They are huge. Can't lift,
but
yeah. Oh yeah. I can't even lift it. It's way too heavy for me. We went to the farmer's market in the town next to us on the way to the town where my doctor's was. And he got a yellow watermelon, a huge tomato, and 2 huge cantaloupes. So he's going to be eating very good in the next day or two. I can't have any of it, but I said I would taste the yellow watermelon, even if I just chewed it up and spit it out. It would be worth it to have that flavor because I don't know what a yellow watermelon tastes like. Hi, Kayla Boo. Welcome. How are you doing today, sweetie?
And here is the yellow watermelon.
Here is the yellow watermelon.
Just a little bit smaller.
Yeah.
A basketball.
But look how pretty.
Straight from the farm.
Yep. You can't beat farm fresh. We don't have room here to grow much of anything because we live in an apartment. But we like going to farmer markets and getting fresh produce. Tina says.
And how much was?
All of that he got was $10.
But it started out at 15.
Well, the guy told her the cantaloupes were $5, meaning because we had 2. They were $3 a piece or 2 for $5, and she thought he meant they were $5 a piece. So she originally charged us $15, and then before we pulled out of the parking lot, she came and gave me $5 back and said, "Oh, I mischarged you." I was like, "Okay, that's fine." But Tina says, "Oh, you should. It makes dinners, lunches so much easier. All you have to do is make a side dish. Thank you for watching." You are so welcome. I enjoy that kind of stuff that I don't know anything about, that I can watch somebody else do it, and then that'll inspire me, give me an idea what I could maybe do. I don't even know what flavors I would like to put together. I would like to have something that I could do, maybe to grill some chicken breast after I marinated it, or grill some shrimp that had been marinated. I do like garlic. So I don't know. I don't know what I'll do, but I'm going to be doing things like that. I think I may have marinated a chicken breast in some Italian dressing one time.
Tell them what you said about the tomato when I found the tomato. You said, how do I cook that?
Oh, he was looking at something else, another vegetable, and we had just talked about getting a tomato or getting some tomatoes, and so I thought he was talking about
Okra.
the okra that he was looking at, but he was actually saying, I'm going to get a tomato. And I was like, okay, how do I cook that? Meaning, how do I cook the okra? The okra, because I've never cooked it either. I'm not a Southern girl, born and raised. I'm from up north. So I don't really know how to cook things like that. But it was just funny because he was like, how do you cook a tomato? And I'm like, no, the okra that you're holding in your hand. He's like, no, I was saying I'm going to get a tomato. I'm like, okay. Get whatever you want to get. But I just thought it was so hilarious that I'm thinking the okra, he's thinking the tomato. That's how our minds work sometimes. Um, and I do like to do another thing, Tina, I like to do on chicken. So I like to put mayonnaise and then bake the chicken. And the mayonnaise. Yes. Then when you bake it, it makes the juiciest chicken ever. So I do like doing that. So I guess that's kind of a marinade, or maybe not. Anyway, I like that thing like that. And I'm also very interested in how to prepare, fresh vegetables and to preserve them. Like if you were going to freeze them or if you were going to can them, do you cook them all the way first or do you partially cook them? My mom did that kind of stuff when I was a kid, but kids don't usually pay attention to details. So I don't remember exactly, how we went about it. But I know I will be eating a lot of green beans and broccoli and cauliflower and um, Brussels sprouts and things like that. That if I could buy them and can them or freeze them to make it a little more economical, I would do that. And next spring, I hope to be able to get a tomato plant and a green pepper plant and put them out on my patio and grow them so that I'll have fresh tomatoes and peppers because I will be eating a lot of that as well.
Is it safe to say that my waffle this morning was 12 ounces? It was heavy.
It was at least 12 ounces.
Maybe a pound.
Yeah. We went to Waffle House and he got the all-star breakfast and it comes with a waffle. And the waffle was very, very heavy and very dense. And he barely could eat it. So we don't know what we're going to try to do with that.
Oh, it's gone.
Oh, you threw it away?
Yeah.
Okay. Tina says, I do all that. I freeze most of my veggies. Usually you blanch them first, then freeze them. Okay, that's what I thought. Okay. So I wasn't too far off in what I was trying to remember.
Tell Tina about the dried okra.
Oh, yes. Have you ever had freeze-dried okra? Okay, Tina's got to run and take her student home. And blessings. Blessings to you too, Tina. Thanks for coming in. But anyway, freeze-dried okra, it's different. It's not what you expect. It's crunchy, but it almost disintegrates in your mouth.
Like a potato chip.
Even more so than a potato chip to me, breaks into pieces. Whereas the freeze-dried okra, it just like poof, like it turns to a powder. I guess is what I'm trying to say. Anyway, I do have some positive quotes I wanted to go over today. And to be honest with you, I don't remember if these are these are not the one. These are some weight loss quotes. These are not the ones I wanting to have loaded up, but we can go through them anyway because even though you may not be on a weight loss journey, you may be trying to um, improve your life in another way that you may find it helpful. The day you let go of everything that is weighing you down is the day you begin to shine the brightest. Hello, Val. I got your message right before I went live, so I'll answer your messenger message. And Mouse for you to envy. Hi, how are you? And I already said it at the beginning, but I'm going to tell you all again. I am not in the 300s anymore. I am not in the 290s anymore. And I'm halfway through the 280s. I am at 284, down from 315. So I've lost 31 pounds already. The weather for Hahira, conditions are partly cloudy with the temperature of 92 degrees. The wind is blowing from the west at 6 miles per hour, and the current humidity is 58%. Hi, PJ's Wish. How are you doing? Yes, I am doing so good. I am feeling so good. This surgery really was nothing like I thought it was going to be. It has been so easy. I have been, I have really never felt bad the whole time. I have really stayed feeling pretty well throughout all of it. And I've been sore. I had some gas. And of course, I had staples, so they were sore, but nothing I couldn't deal with. And I'm up moving around good now. I'm walking good. And the doctor did clear me that I am able to start walking around my neighborhood. Still not, going too far from the house, but my complex has got sidewalks and things that I can walk on. So that should be okay. Hi, Roadkill Gaming. How are you doing? So they also cleared me. I can now have a soft scrambled egg, and I can have cheese on the egg, and I can have creamed soups. So I believe it won't be long. I think I have five 5 days. Today's day 9. I have 6 days until I can start the actual parade food and the soft food. So I'm excited about that. Although when I ate the egg today, I could only eat about a third of one scrambled egg, which is not very much at all. But I have not put a lot of food. All I've had really has been liquids and yogurt and cottage cheese, and those things have all slid down, very easily. So now that we're starting to try some other things, we'll see. I may start having, a little discomfort when I'm full or whatever. But right now, I just feel a little bit of pressure in my chest after I eat. And of course, they want you to take a bite and put the spoon down or the fork down and take another bite and chew really well and all that. So it's going to be almost like learning how to eat all over again. All right, let's go on to the second slide. It's not just about losing the weight. It's about losing the lifestyle and the mindset that got you there. That's pretty heavy, but it is so true. Because I figured this one out. If you love yourself, why would you want to give your body things that are not good for your body? If you love yourself enough, you're going to give yourself the best of the best that you can. And also, you have to have the mindset of that this is a favor you're doing your body. This is not a punishment. It is not that I'm on a restrictive diet that I'm never going to be able to eat certain things. That's not the case. I'm quite capable of eating anything I want to eat, but I'm making a conscious effort to eat things that are good for my body. And I want this body to get as healthy as it can so I can live a long, healthy life. I don't want to be a burden. I don't want to end up in a nursing home and lose my legs because my diabetes was out of control. I want to be able to run and play with my granddaughter and watch her grow up. And all of that, I have to change my mindset. I can't look at it as it being, a punishment or it's a privilege that I'm able to do it. PJ says, you're relearning and making positive changes. So proud of you. Thank you, PJ. I'm proud of myself too. And Val says, yes, and what we eat will help our bodies heal. That is so true as well. I've already cut out a lot of the medications that I was on. And I found out today, too, when they did my pre op lab work, she said all my labs were good. All my vitamin levels and everything were good. So that means that I'm starting out at a good place. And as long as I take my multivitamin and get what I need that way, either through supplements or through food, I should keep that and I should continue to heal. And I won't need all the medication that I was taking before. And that's mainly the reason I wanted to have the surgery, was to lose enough weight so that my diabetes wouldn't be such a burden on me. Because even though I could eat right, my body still didn't respond right most of the time. And then when you start introducing the artificial insulin, we think our bodies are using it properly and it's not being detrimental to us, but we don't know that for sure. And I would just as soon be off of it and not have to take it at all. So those are just, some of the things, and it's really about your mindset. You really have to put yourself in a self-love, self-care kind of mindset, that you're taking care of you, and it really doesn't matter what other people think or what other people want you to do. You have to make yourself a priority and take care of yourself, because if you don't, you won't be around, and then it won't matter how many other people that you would be helping, because you won't be able to help them, as you won't be here to do that. So you really have to change your mindset. Let's look at this next one. Sometimes we miss a workout or eat something that isn't ideal. But if you had a flat tire on your car, would you get out and puncture the other three? Of course not. If you slip, shake it off and do better the next day. And that's so important too, because nobody's perfect. Nobody is going to be able to work out, even if they say, oh, I'm going to go 3 days a week, 4 days a week, whatever it is. Things are going to come up. There's going to be other things happening. And maybe you can't do it when you plan to do it, but you maybe can get in an extra long walk that day, or, something. And the same thing, my granddaughter's birthday's coming up. They're going to have cupcakes. I want a bite of a cupcake, If I'm able at that point to be able to have it, I'm going to have a bite of a cupcake. Will I eat 2 or 3 cupcakes? No. But will I have a bite of one? Or will I lick the icing at least? Probably. And that's how I'm going to live my life. That, I'm not going to overindulge, but I'm not going to deprive myself either, because I don't want to be miserable through this journey. I want it to be a positive, uplifting journey that I can sustain and do for the rest of my life. Focus on progress, not perfection. Every healthy choice you make adds up, even if progress feels slow. Now, a lot of the people in the support pages of Facebook that I've met, they get upset if they didn't lose a pound every day, or every couple of days, or, 5 pounds a week or whatever. Your body is constantly changing. It's getting used to what you're giving it and learning how to use what you're giving it. And so there's going to be times when your weight loss will stall out. And there's times when you might gain a pound and then you might turn around and lose a pound or two. You never know. But you can't get upset. You can't be so fixated on the numbers. You have to be more fixated on the shape of your body, the changes that are happening in your body and in your health, and how you feel. Yes, like Yoda said, using the tools in the tool shed. You have to follow the plan, do what you're supposed to do, and hopefully your body will respond in a way that you'll be happy with. Um, however, I'm not going to be 30 when I'm done. Doesn't matter how much weight I lose, I'm still going to be a 61-year-old woman. And that's okay. I'm not doing it to get healthy and beautiful and thin and all of that. I'm doing it to live and to be able to live a long, healthy life. And just be patient. Lord knows that's one thing He has been trying to teach me for years, Val. I am not the most patient person in the world. I will not feel deprived when I bypass junk food. I will feel empowered because I made the right choice. I will not feel deprived when I bypass junk food. I will feel empowered because I made the right choice. Hello, Gail. Welcome. That right there to me is about planning. If I have, and Dave and I talked about this today, I need to get my little cooler, pop it in the car. I need to go ahead and put the ice packs in the freezer. And then when we go somewhere, I need to grab some ice packs and some water and, whatever I might need to eat while we're out or whatever like that, and take it with me. And then that way I'm not tempted to eat something I'm not supposed to eat. And if you plan well and you prepare well and you have food, you can make the choice of eating something healthy over eating junk. But when you don't prepare and there isn't anything else but junk, that's when you're going to fall privy to actually eating some of the junk food. Now, I love popcorn. Popcorn is one of my favorite snacks. So I don't know how well I'm going to do not having popcorn. I may have to still have some popcorn eventually down the road. Mouse says it's about feeling good. I agree. That's right. It's all in how, it's like if I was so tired and no energy and no motivation, and it was all I could do to get up out of my chair when the baby wanted something. And now I'm like, let's go, let's go. What do you want me to do? I'll do it. So it definitely makes a difference. Okay. I can't even read this. Some people think this is the easy way out. There's nothing easy about surgery and lifelong food quantity restriction. Okay, so that's basically the surgery I had done. They removed about 75 to 80% of my stomach. I now basically have a narrow pouch about the size of a banana, and I will never be able to overeat. I will be able to eat a lot over time, but I will not be able to eat a lot in one sitting. And that's what's going to help me to lose weight is if I give my body the healthy food it needs in small quantities, then my body will be forced to burn the fat for energy. And that's why I also have to move my body and exercise so that it has to burn that fat off. Okay. One more, and then I want to talk a little bit to Gail. Stop trying to fill the emptiness inside you with food. I'm guilty of that. My entire childhood growing up and my entire adult life, I would eat when I was happy. I would eat when I was sad. I would eat when I was depressed. I would eat when I was anxious. So I've got to learn that you eat to fuel your body and not just eat because food tastes good. Okay. Gail from Broken Hearts Ministry, if you want to come up and talk about your cards for the homeless, I will drop you a link. Um, Gail didn't know I was going to do that, but I watched her video and shared it out yesterday. She does a homeless ministry, her and her mother both, and she got the idea about, people writing cards of encouragement to homeless people, um, and having us write them and send them to her. And then she'll distribute them to the homeless people when she does her homeless ministry. And I just thought that was a really good idea. And also, since Dave and I have been filling the blessing box here in our town, um, I'm very passionate about homeless people. And I just really would like to talk with Gail more about her ministry. Let's see. Gail says, "That's me." And Val says, "It's never too late to start a new beginning." That's exactly right, Val. Val says, "Where I am working now has so many homeless people hanging around. It breaks my heart to think that somebody is hungry and homeless and can't care for themselves." Today, when we went through the Walmart and a little strip mall to go to the Waffle House, there was a man on the side of the road in a wheelchair, and he had one leg amputated just below the knee, and the other foot had bandages on it, and it appeared to be partially missing a part of his foot. And there he sat, begging, I guess. But I'm going to go ahead and drop this link then, Gail. So I felt really sad for him, but I also felt like, did it not copy? There we go, copy. That he probably has diabetes and maybe some kind of substance abuse. But he's obviously not in a position to take care of himself very well. And that makes his condition even worse. So a lot goes into it, I mean, I don't think most people who are homeless set out to be homeless. I think it just how life happened. Thou says, "There is a homeless man that his right leg is very swollen, and he doesn't want me to call anyone. I don't know what to do." Well, that's the thing too, if he's not wanting help, you can't really do anything. Okay, here's Gail. Let's see if there she is. Hello. Well, there it comes.
Hello.
Hi. I am so sorry to spring this on you at the last minute.
Oh no, that's okay. I have a live going on coming at 3, and I was just sitting down writing out some quotes. One of my YouTube friends I met at the Ozark meetup is coming up this afternoon to talk about drug addiction. She
Okay.
had a son, and then my sister, the one that passed away. So we have a commonality. So we're having a live today to talk about that. So I was just getting some little drug quotes. I thought it would be kind of cool between the deep subjects to pull out these little quotes. So,
Right.
which I kind of inspired from you. You're always putting up all these good quotes,
Well, when I saw video yesterday, I thought, yes, I'm going to share that and I'm going to, find out more about it. And then when I saw you pop in the chat, I was like, well, this is the perfect opportunity to go ahead and
Yeah.
let her come and, talk more about it. So go ahead. The floor is yours.
So I have this lady at church that occasionally hands me a card, and she has some inspirational things in there and some Bible verses. And she gives me one every Sunday. She's giving it to me, but I read it and then I put it in the bags. Well, then she started giving me a couple more, and I was like, wouldn't it be neat if I had handwritten cards from other people? Like this one doctor at church, she got 8 bags together and she put handwritten cards in all of them, offering encouragement to the person who was receiving the bag. And I pass those bags out. And I thought, wouldn't it be neat if other people could get involved in it and just give them words of encouragement? It could be a religious person putting Bible verses, or you could put some inspiration or just some things to tell them that they're loved, because I feel like maybe they don't know they're loved. They've gotten out of jail. They've had drug addiction. They've had a fight with a family member and got kicked out. I mean, there's a million circumstances,
Right.
and all the stories are different. Every single story is different. And there's always one story that touches you every time you go out. And the last one I heard was there was a man named Owen, and we found him at the Dollar General. We actually thought he was a lady at first because he had really long hair. But when we got closer, it was a man. And we started talking to Owen, and Owen was like a real bubbly type personality. And he was telling his story. He played in bands for his whole entire life. He was a bass player. He partied, he drank, he played in bands. And I proceeded to tell him some things about my story. And God was at the back of my head telling me what to say to him. And this bubbly, strong man, I'm bringing the man to tears, and I feel terrible, but I'm following what God is telling me to say. And God wanted me to tell him that when you're sitting out here alone at night, that you're not alone, that I'm with you. And he wanted me to tell him that, and he started crying.
Aww.
And then later on, he started talking about all the things he did and all the things he wanted to do and all that. And then God told me to tell him, you still have a future. It doesn't matter that you're 56 years old. You still have a future. You still have things you're supposed to do. You're alive for whatever your purpose is that God intends for you. And you're going to stay alive until you meet it. Hopefully you'll meet and my calling was this. And God took my tragedy of losing my sister and brought me and my mom into a ministry. He took our pain, because we were in intense pain. He took our pain and he brought it to his glory. And every bag I give out is like giving it to my sister, because I couldn't help her. She wouldn't talk to me, but I can help somebody else's father, somebody else's son, somebody else's mother, somebody else's sister. And I can help those people. So I can't help Gretchen, but I can help somebody else's family member. So that's what I do.
Yeah. How long have you been doing it?
A year and a half. Actually, I just figured that out the other day. I was writing it down. She passed away in October 2022. And we started the ministry Christmas Eve of 2022, and we've been doing it every month since then.
Oh, wow. That is so great. And you get donations from people, or it's strictly out of y'all's pocket?
We get donations on YouTube. Sometimes people will send me like a PayPal or a gift card, or sometimes they're like a crocheter and they'll send me like handmade wash rags or handmade beanies, for the homeless, because they're cold. And so all kinds of stuff. I had an Amazon wish list set up, but then I got a new phone and I haven't been able to get access to it. So I have to work on that a little bit more. But every time you get a new phone, it's a challenge to get everything back the way it was. And I'm still struggling with that. But and then now the channel is monetized for the first level. so I can get memberships and super chats, and all the money that goes into Broken Hearts Ministry goes back to the channel, and all donations that like when I get a YouTube paycheck, I'm going to go out, I'm going to buy the stuff I'm going to buy with it, then I'm going to make a video and I'm going to show everybody what their money purchased, basically, which is the same way I
That's
do all
great.
the donations.
Yeah, that's great. And where, you don't have to say what city, but what state are you in?
I'm in Texas.
In Texas.
Hmm.
Okay.
And I have an address on my About page. And in, I would say almost every single video is my P.O. Box address. It's
Okay.
a public address. Anybody can send mail there. It's not, it's not like something
Right, right.
I gave the P.O. box so that it could be public for everyone.
Okay, we have a question. Val wants to know, what do you need the most as far as donations to go? Like what is the main thing that you're buying that you need help with donations?
Probably, well, the immediate need right now is food. But, we do other things. We do toiletries. We have a lady that has a clothes closet. She donates t-shirts. Occasionally she'll give us gloves, hats, and scarves for the winter. She'll also give us bags full of used bags that we can turn around and
Oh, that
put
you
stuff
can
in and
use
give
to
out to the
give
homeless.
the,
So, and
yeah.
used socks. I've had people send me boxes of toothpaste. They're like, oh, I had this ministry. We're not doing it anymore. Here's a bunch of mini toothpaste for you. I have people at church. They'll go to stay at a hotel and they'll save them up and they'll bring me a bag of like their shampoo, conditioner,
Yeah,
lotion, mouthwash, whatever they got in those or the little bars of soap, stuff like
right.
that. I will use any of that stuff.
Yeah. Well, I'm definitely interested. I don't have a lot of money.
Yeah.
But like right now, we're putting food out in the food box in our community. But I would love to write the cards. And if I can come up with a donation, I'll send that when I send the cards.
Yeah.
I think it's a wonderful thing that you're doing. I'm so
Thank
sorry about your sister.
Thank
But,
you.
God works in mysterious ways.
He does. He does. He
So,
took this bad situation and made it for his good. So,
yeah. And that's the thing. That's one thing I've always tried to live my life, that no matter how dark it looks or how, negative you think a situation is, there's going to be something positive that can come out of it. But it's just whether or not you can find that positive thing.
yes, I did.
Yeah.
I do admit I spent a couple of weeks or a few weeks dragging around with my lip in the dirt, full of guilt and regret about the things I should have done differently
Mm-hmm.
in a situation with her. But like I said, with drug addiction, it's hard. It's hard, just it's just hard to deal with people that aren't reasonable, so.
Right.
But I love her. I still love her. And she can, I think that she got herself right with God right before. And I believe that she's in heaven and that maybe God will let her look down and see that her name has gone on to do great things and
Yes.
touch many lives.
Okay. Val says a clean pair of clothes would be so great for the way they are feeling. I have noticed the clothes that the homeless here are wearing. They would feel so much better in clean clothes.
Yeah, we do have, I have in the, I no longer own the trunk of my car because there are boxes with, not without the flaps where you can literally dig around. It's like a store full of t-shirts. It's like small, medium, large, extra large, and everything else. And then sometimes if I get some bigger sizes, I have them separate too. But I'll take we give out mostly shirts, just because it's easy to kind of roll them up into the boxes. And we take the t-shirts and roll them up and put them into a gallon-sized bag with the size, and we give them 3 t-shirts depending on the sizes. Of course, smaller sizes you can put more, bigger sizes it's harder to get more in there, but we do the best we can. And then of course in the winter we give out coats, hats, gloves, all that stuff, all used. The only thing we don't take used is underwear, of course, but
Yeah.
we do take used socks because it's better than what they have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I'm sure they appreciate whatever, and especially the fact that you do it without judgment or without trying to make them feel any
No,
kind of
I don't
way.
judge.
You
I
know.
don't judge them. To me, if they do drugs, they still deserve a bag of food. If they have alcohol in their breath, they still deserve a bag of food. Um, we don't really give money. We give what we have. They ask us for money sometimes, not all the time. Occasionally, they'll ask us for money. And at that point, we say, all our money is right here in the car. We bought all these things for y'all. I mean, this is what we bought for
Yeah.
y'all. I
Right.
mean, we have blankets, all kinds of stuff. And people at my church bring up donations of things too, and Bibles. I'm always begging for Bibles, Bibles, need more Bibles, because we hand a Bible out with every bag. So,
Oh, wow. That's
yeah,
good. Yoda says hand ups, not hand outs. That's true too. Um,
yeah.
our little town, it is a one stoplight town. And it's very tiny, and you don't really see the homeless,
No,
but
here, not here either. I actually go to my mom's city to do it because this is a town of 5,000. And in this town, we have one homeless person, right? I catch him every once in a while and give him a bag. But no, I actually travel an hour to my mom's city where there's 120,000 people. And that's where we do the ministry
where
at.
you find them, yeah.
Mhm.
But since
There's
we've been
lots.
putting food in the food box, we can tell, somebody's getting that food. I don't know, how many homeless people there are, but even we have a lot of low income families. And I'm sure during
Yeah,
the summer months with the kids out of school, grocery
yeah,
wise, they'll take anything they can get. So,
yeah,
that makes us feel good that maybe some kids aren't hungry, because
yeah.
of that. So,
Yeah, and we actually before probably a month ago, I didn't actually see kids, but just here recently, I started seeing kids. Maybe it's because they're out of school, but all of a sudden, I'm starting to actually see some kids out there. There's some kids in the homeless shelters, and there's some kids out there living in trailers without electricity. Crazy stuff is going on. And to me, if we offer them the bag and they take it, then they need it. So for whatever reason, you
right,
know. And
definitely.
it's not for me to judge their reason. So
Right,
they took it,
right,
they needed it. So
right. And the town that your mother lives in, it's, you said, much larger town, uh,
yes.
or whatever. And
Oh
I know
yeah.
that the next town over from us, where my daughter lives, they have these little food pantry boxes. They probably have 10 of them, if not more than that, in that town because it's so
Yeah.
much bigger.
Probably.
But I didn't even know we had the one here. And I drove by it a couple of times and I kept saying, to me, that looks like, a box that the doors would open on it. And what would you put in there? It's probably one of those boxes. And so I finally stopped one day to check it out to see if that's what it was. And I was surprised that that's what it was. And it
Yeah.
didn't have anything in it the first day I looked at it. And I
Well,
was like,
my mom is actually on a fixed income. She's living on Social Security. She's on Medicare, Medicaid. She doesn't make a lot of money. She puts in her own money. And if she goes to a food bank, she keeps what she wants and she redonates back to the homeless what she doesn't need. And I think that's perfectly okay because I feel like
yeah,
God
somebody can
gives
get
you
it. Yep.
more than what you need so you can help somebody else. So that's
Yep.
what he does.
That's
He gives you
exactly
more
right.
so you can help people because I don't make a lot of money. My husband pays the bills. I get a little bit of YouTube check for Gail Southern Living, and that's my little bit of spending money. And I spend half of that probably on the homeless already. I'm hoping we get a check at least sometime this year. I mean, I know that doesn't sound like too soon. I told my mom, like, you know, don't get too upset if it takes us a few months to get paid. I said, because we have to have $100 on the books before YouTube will pay us. So
I've had that partial monetization since like I think the beginning of January. But anyway, I have like $98.63 in
you're
there.
almost there.
But you have to wait till you get the 100 and then
Yes.
they'll pay you. But
Maybe
then
you'll get paid next month because you're going to make over $2 for the next month. So maybe
yeah,
you'll get paid. I bet you'll get paid in August.
yeah. So, and I want to do more things with that money too. I don't really need the money, but I would like to be able to use it to help people, as well.
Yeah.
Hey, Retro is here. Hi, Retro.
I try to do on my Gail Southern Living channel, I try to buy one gift card every payday to give away on YouTube. I try.
Yeah.
If I can. Which is a
Well,
big sacrifice considering it's only like $100 or something, or $130 or $104, So,
yeah.
25 is a good chunk out of that. But I do try to give back out of that too, to the community.
Right, right. Well, there's a lot of YouTubers making lots of money and not helping anybody, so.
Yeah, that's true.
Let's see. Nice.
Well,
Does
it seems like the people who have the least help the most.
the
And
most.
there's that thing in the Bible where all these people were given these beautiful gifts, and this poor person came up and gave what they had, and that meant more because they didn't have very much. So God knew that was, a lot of what they had that they put out there, So
Mm-hmm.
I have cats playing below me.
Oh.
It's just
Well, it's a wonderful
kitten.
thing. Wonderful thing that you're doing. And like I said, I will get busy writing some cards and I'll let you know when I'm sending them out.
Okay.
I think I still have your email address, so I'll do that. But thank you so much for coming up and talking about it. I didn't have many people in the chat today, but I get a lot of views on the replay. So hopefully,
I get a lot of
people will
replays
see
too.
it.
Thank
And
you for helping to bring attention to it. So
no
I thought it
problem.
would be a really good thing to get other people involved because
Yeah,
I actually had one channel since I started this channel. One channel, her name is Ariella Viking Venture and Victual. She's over in Australia. She went to the store and she filled up a bag and she went and handed it to a homeless man in Australia. And I said, that is so, I felt so, it touched my heart because it's like, not only do I do what I do, but I inspired someone to help somebody else. That meant so much to me. It's like I inspired somebody else. Like I didn't even know I had the power to do that, but with God's power, I do. And so if you're wondering about what you should do for the homeless, just fill one bag of some stuff you have, pull tops and easy to eat stuff, and just go hand it out. It makes you feel so good.
It does. It really does.
You could be the answer to a prayer that they did. They might have prayed last night for food, and then you delivered it and you answered their prayer. So
exactly. Hi, Lisa. Welcome in. I did want to say that I saw it on Indiana Backyard Gardener. She had shared it out.
Yeah.
And that I shared it out from her. She lives in the town close to where I grew up. And I actually went to high school in the town that she lives in.
Yeah.
And so
I saw y'all conversing in my chat the other day.
And I was like, you never know where you're going to meet somebody.
Exactly.
Like
Adrienne is one of my top 10 favorite people on YouTube. I mean, she is just like the sweetest woman. And I've had these days, these bad days, low days, where she just gave me this awesome pep talk. And Adrienne is I'm a huge Adrienne fan. She is so awesome. Indiana Backyard Gardener is great.
Hey, Norma, welcome in. It was just really nice when she said Lake Michigan. I was like, I lived so close to Lake Michigan. She's got to be, somewhere in that area. And then when she said the name of the town, I was like, that's where went to high school there. I
That's
learned how to
awesome.
drive in that town. So,
That's great.
it was really nice. But I enjoy your channels, and
Thank
Life in
you.
the Piedmont, I enjoy her channel. I just watched her marinate video where she was doing the marinating in the with the chicken. I've never done a marinade before, so that was very interesting to me. How you just throw it all in there and squish it around
Yeah.
and let it do its thing. So
Hope for the
that
best.
right,
Yeah.
and you'll find out if you like that combination or you don't like that combination. But
Yeah, that's
hopefully,
true. It's very true.
hopefully. But anyway, I've been enjoying y'all's channels. And
Thank
again,
you.
thank
Thank
you
you
so
for having
much.
me up today. I appreciate you.
Thank you so much for coming up, because I probably wouldn't have explained it as good as you did. So, any of y'all want to write encouraging cards,
You
let
got a
us
little of
know.
the backstory to go with it. Hashtag cards for homeless. Yeah, there you go.
Cards for homeless. Okay.
Yep. All
All
right.
right. All
Bye,
right.
Echo.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye, chat.
Okay. Well, that was so nice. I didn't plan on that, but when I saw her pop in the chat, I was like, no time better than the present. Um, let's see. Retro said something about a gift card. Oh, he said he'll chip in 50 cents to my $100 that I'm trying to get. And he says, nice. Does that boost your watch hours? The gift card idea. I'm not sure if it boosts her watch hours, but um, people like giveaways. People like things for free, you know. So it might get her some views. I don't know. But I think she's doing a great thing. I'm glad that, she is trying to help. I think that's what's wrong with our country. Not enough people try anymore. We're so much to ourselves, take care of ourselves, don't take care of anybody else. And, you don't have to have a lot of money to be a nice person. Hi, Melinda. How are you doing? Retro, sing a song about poke salad, please. Oh, my goodness. So, anyway, guys, I have enjoyed this today. I'm in a really great mood after seeing that number on that scale. And I know I'm not supposed to be concerned about that. Um, I'm not supposed to worry about the weight and the numbers and all of that. I'm supposed to be focusing in how I'm feeling, which I'm feeling wonderful. So if the numbers weren't there, I don't know if I'd feel as wonderful. But seeing that, it is working, it is doing what it's supposed to do. Dave says I look younger. He's told me today that the shape of my face is changing. He was like, how do I say this in a nice kind of way? And he's like, you're not as chubby as you were. And I told him, I said, that's okay. I'm going to end up with wrinkles. That's one thing everybody always says. You don't look 61. Well, because I don't have many wrinkles, because my skin is filled in with the fat. So we take the fat away. Who knows what I'm going to look like? I may look like I'm 90. Melinda says, I'm watching a bit while on a break at work. And she said, right, it doesn't cost anything to be kind. And Gail said, I see it in your face too. PJ says, thank you for sharing out, Gail, and the inspirational words. Have a beautiful day. Love you, PJ. Um, my arms and my legs are not heavy. My butt is not heavy. It's my stomach. So if I can lose the weight in the right places, I don't want to be skin and bones and still have like a beer belly. But if I can lose it in the right places to where I feel good and can move around, then that's what I'm, looking to do. I'm not, I know I'm not going to be 30 when I'm done. I'll still be a 61-year-old woman, but I'm here to tell you, it's never too late to try. We live our lives and we take care of other people. And there comes a point in your life where you've got to say, it's my turn. It's time for me to get taking care of me and not take care of everybody else. So I'll still take care of everybody else, though. I'm just that kind of person. And Yoda says, please, be kind, rewind, and replay in full for Echo. That's right. I need the watch hours, y'all. My impromptu games are helping my watch hours. I will be doing some more of those kind of pop-up live type things. But baby girl's coming back July 26th. So we will be tied up with her during the day. I will also be starting to go to the gym, to the YMCA, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I will be taking the baby back to my daughter in town, and then I'll go on to the Y. I think she said another 3 to 4 weeks before I can get in the pool, or 4 to 5 weeks, something like that. So I won't be doing the pool right away. I'll be just doing the machines and probably walking on the treadmill. So right now I can walk here in my neighborhood. I don't have to actually go to the Y, but I want to get back in the routine of going. And I guess that's it. Anybody have any premieres coming up, live streams, anything they want to talk about their channel? Don't forget, you do hashtag Echo. Gail, that might be nice if you dropped your channel link in the chat. Just do hashtag Echo so that you can, they can make sure they're subscribed up to you. Oops, Dave told me not to say that word. I don't listen very well. We made a lot of videos. Oh, she's going live today at 3 o'clock. Okay, so that's a little less than an hour. Y'all go and check her out. Dave and I did film a few things today. We had a little bit silly, our silly side come out, I think you would say. But it was fun. And I will be working on editing and getting all those things together. Most of it probably won't come out, though, until August, because I've about got everything coming out in July. I worked really hard to get enough stuff scheduled so that, if I had to take 2 or 3 weeks off and not do any YouTube, I would still have content. But I'm back to YouTube now, so I will be making content as I go right along. You got anything to say, Dave? He might be coming back. I'm so excited I can have scrambled eggs. Never thought I'd be so happy about scrambled eggs. People on the support groups were talking about, oh, my first meal is going to be this, that, or the other. I didn't even think about it. And my first meal was a scrambled egg. And it was good. It was good. I was surprised I could only eat such a small amount of it, though. Are you coming? Huh? Honey? Oh, he must have his headphones on. I don't think he can hear me. And here I'm saying, are you coming? Are you there? All right, I'm going to leave you with one more quote. All right, let's go to the next one. May every sunrise bring you hope. May every sunset bring you peace. We definitely need more hope and more peace in our lives. We're not supposed to live our lives unhappy. You can choose to be happy. It is a choice. You can choose how you react to things and how you don't let situations burden you. So, from me to you, may every sunrise bring you hope. May every sunset bring you peace. I love y'all. And I will see you next week at 12 o'clock on Wednesday. And maybe some other times I might pop up. You never know. Bye for now.